Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I was going to talk about some minor details with regards to Ian Garry's character and offer some opinions on why he's got himself into a bit of a pickle with the UFC community. But as lame as this sounds, I kicked up a bit of a Twitter storm a few days ago. All I did was make a simple observation about a Layla Garry post and how I found it to be inappropriate. Jesus Christ, libs of TikTok could have covered the comments because it got flooded with so I guess I'll cover a bit about that also. But before I begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel or else migrants will drown in this here ocean before your very eyes. Hit the like button, comment on the video, for that is the way of life in the name of love. Okay, so we'll start off with a couple of Ian Garry clips. There was a podcast he did during UFC 298 Fight Week that not a lot of people were talking about, and I know exactly why they weren't talking about. It's entirely petty! Well, most of what I'm going to talk about can be seen as petty, I guess. I prefer to call it attention to detail. Shoutouts analytics. Thank you. Let's take a look at clip number 1. By the way, these clips are all from a YouTube channel called SHAK MMA. I'll tag the original video in the description. Go give him some support. The thumbnail for the video was fucking wild, to say the least. Safe to say Ian Garry won't be going back on anytime soon.
The worst pizza topping, I hate spice, so I'll say it's like jalapenos or something like that. Some people putting that in pizza blow my mind.
I've never really trusted a man that can't even handle the spice from a jalapeno. They're either similar to the type of person that we all know that just doesn't listen to music. I'd lean more towards it likely being a case of Ian Garry's aura and mentality is still that of a child. Children can't even hack the heat from pepper. It's truly pathetic. I just find it wild that he can't even manage a single slice of jalapeno. Wimpy and childlike behaviour. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
You see them there sometimes, like, who chooses to put that in a pizza? Like, I want to enjoy it, not burn the mouth out myself.
Oh, that's the white man in you, Ian.
Oh, bro, I can't deal. No.
Fair play to the guy interviewing Ian here. He picks up on how soy it is to not even withstand the mild tingling of a jalapeno level of heat. But he even brings race into it. Race wars or not, Jesus fucking Christ. Tell me you have teeth without telling me you have teeth. If that mouth was any wider, Ian's pussy would have a fucking companion. Also, I hate to say it, but I'm going to give SHAK a pass for the most disgusting fucking vocal fry I think I've ever heard in my life. Hinchcliffe ain't got nothing on you, man. You be smoking that monkey drip diggler on low tipping cow dungaree kush.
I love, my favorite food on the planet's Indian. It's my favorite food on the planet. But I ain't choosing a burning red hot chili.
You got to order like mild, is what you're saying.
Huh? No, I ain't.
Fair play. Reporter doubles down, mocking Ian's sensitive little taste buds. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Layla told Ian he's not allowed to have any spicy food because the nutritionist ex-husband complains of a fucking spicy cock, you fucking cunt. Sorry, just the joke. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
Allowing my taste buds to go through that excruciating pain. I'd like to enjoy my meal. And then the best pizza topping for me. Do you know what I've been really getting into it lately is peppers, because there's a different smell on them.
Oh, little Ian. That's literally a child's brain right there, folks. All of Ian's IQ for being a functioning human being has been siphoned into his incredible striking capabilities. So you're telling me food tastes different when you take away certain ingredients. The future, ladies and gentlemen, the future.
When the pizza has peppers on the top of it and it doesn't. And it's not for the taste, it's for the smell of the pizza.
Okay, well. That influences your palate. Smell's important.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when it comes out of the oven, you open that box and it's got no peppers on it versus peppers. I'm like, there's one that just, oh, that smells good. Like you get that little whiff when you open the box. It just comes into your face. Like, oh, there you go. It comes into your face.
So this is the secret protein the nutritionist is supplying Ian the vegan Garry with. Okay, Felicia. Garry with the zesty Freudian slip here. Insert more jovial mockery here, I guess.
Why are you gay?
Before we start, you're a Rick and Morty fan, correct?
For sure.
Okay, rate my Pickle Rick pipe on a scale of 1 to 10 here.
I honestly love Rick and Morty. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous. Watching it, I just think, like, what were the guys on, or what were they doing to write the show? That's mainly where my brain goes. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, this is genius.
Need I say more? I could have guessed this a mile off. Ian Garry is a Rick and Morty fan. I've always found it kind of weird when an adult admits to being a fan of cartoons. You rarely see adults openly admit to playing with children's toys, unless you're fucking Dan Hardy or Brandon Moreno. So to openly admit you love cartoons still, as an adult, will always be weird to me, and the fact that Ian loves Rick and Morty is just another correct piece of the puzzle we've just slotted into place upon the Ian Garry mental analysis jigsaw puzzle that we are completing here today. This wasn't the main talking point though. Take a listen to where this conversation goes.
Hinged, I love it. Well,
I told my 8-year-old about the first episode.
Well,
I told my 8-year-old about the first episode.
My 8-year-old? Damn. His kid for sure isn't on a vegan diet with advanced aging like that. Or, wait a sec, could he possibly be referring to the nutritionist's son? Why on David Attenborough's Lonely Planet is Ian Garry referring to another man's child as his own child? If I were a father where my son's stepdad was calling my son his own son, I would at the very least be severely uncomfortable with that choice he is making. Oh, but it's all about free love, man. We love each other, so it's the same. Why hate? The family unit in the Western world has already been defiled enough as it is, without confusing the next generation of people that have to carry the weight of the West on their shoulders. Complete disrespect for the biological father here. Behaviour befitting of a complete and utter NPC. Now we're cooking.
But I remember we were in Florida and we got in an Uber, and the Uber had Pickle Rick on the dashboard, on it had a Pickle Rick on the rear view mirror. And he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "That's Pickle Rick." And he's like, "Who's Pickle Rick?" I was like, "Oh, I have a whole story to tell you."
Oh man, that is like my favorite part of parenthood when I get
honestly,
there.
It's just the funniest thing. I love it. It's just, yeah, it's mind blowing.
I love it. AJ McKee's recently on. That's what he watches when he's like exercising and training now. So shout out to all the Rick and Morty fans out there. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but you know, good show.
Rick and Morty's fire. It's fire. I've watched it like 3 times.
After all that Rick and Morty glazing, he admits to only having watched it 3 times. Somebody save Ian! Okay, onto the most egregious thing I want to talk about from this interview.
Who should be the next James Bond?
I would love, and I know it never happened, but I got very, very excited for it at a certain point in time when Idris Elba was meant to be the next James Bond. I was very excited, and it was the comments of like a black Bond. Oh, we're going to go off the... No, English isn't just white people anymore. It's like it's so much more diverse now. Somebody save Ian.
English isn't just white people anymore. It's so much more diverse now. This is precise evidence that Ian Garry supports the displacement of white Europeans by mass migration from third world countries to the West. It's happening in his own country too. You know what? I'd fucking love a reporter one day to ask Ian Garry about Conor McGregor's anti-immigration tweets and listen to the absolute retarded politician's response he gives. Not to fucking mention he's anti-Donald Trump as well.
I will drag Kobe in front of Trump and I will beat the mouth off him. And I'll say, "This is what you created. Boom. This is MAGA. Boom." I was like, "It's no more." Somebody save Ian.
I ain't getting too deep with this topic, but if you know, you know. By the way, Idris Elba would probably be a sick James Bond, but the James Bond franchise is fucking shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much to me. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
And I got really excited about Idris Elba playing James Bond. I would love to see it go in that way. And I think it'd be amazing. But especially like Idris Elba is a phenomenal actor.
Agreed.
I loved him in Thor. I think he's amazing. I would love to see him be James Bond. In my dreams, what am I?
You're on your way.
All I know is if I can have that extra 3% athleticism, right? And that beautiful fucking skin that when I get sweaty, I look like I'm covered in crystals. I'm like, shit, I would be money. Money. There wouldn't be a better athlete alive. Except they made me white. God was sat there like that going, right, he's got it all. Let's make him white. That's it. In my dreams, what am I?
You're on your way.
All I know is if I can have that extra 3% athleticism, right? And that beautiful fucking skin that when I get sweaty, I look like I'm covered in crystals. I'm like, shit, I would be money. Money. There wouldn't be a better athlete alive.
Wow.
So, quick summary. Hope you're still with me. The clip so far, you could clearly argue a case that Ian Garry is nowhere near where his mental age should be. He loves cartoons, thinks it's okay to call another child his own. His nutritionist hates the feeling of mild spice around his penis. And he has zero idea of what atrocities are being committed upon the people of England and Ireland under his vegan little nose. But one would expect a child to not understand the ways of the world until they are mentally mature. This leads me to conclude that Ian Garry is a fully fledged man-child that would be able to beat the fuck out of me, even if he had pneumonia. And that's just sad, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, son.
Okay, moving on up the card to the main event. Everybody's favourite wife. It's Lady Garry, ladies and gentlemen. So I posted this tweet, little old me, with my 70 followers, thinking nothing of it. It's a post that Layla shared to her Instagram of Ian Garry crying before his fight.
Não desista, não pare de crer. Os sonhos de Deus jamais vão morrer.
As you can see from the caption, I was making the point of how dumb it was of Layla to post this. Ian Garry is the most laughed at UFC fighter, quite possibly of all time. He is known for overreacting, reaching, being hypocritical, and being incredibly sensitive. So why in that case would she want to make this moment public, considering all of the criticisms the pair of them have received for the past however the fuck? Then I look closely at the video. Why is her head on the outside? Why is she looking slyly to see if the camera is still rolling? I also noticed that, at least to me, it looked like the group huddle had already formed, and it feels like she wanted to jump at the chance of what we'd like to call a moment of clout. Nobody's hugging her back. She only is hugging Ian sideways around the vegan love handles. Why is nobody embracing Layla here? Is it because she's wearing sexy lingerie and they deem it to be inappropriate? And why the fuck is Daniel fucking Rodriguez there? Strange. Very strange. Well, I made that tweet and posted it. 24 hours later, it hit 1 million fucking views. And a fuck ton of people calling me all of the classic names you would expect. Incel, Strickland fan, Mom's Basement, Guru fans are weird.
Please, can I come off me chair and have at least a sausage, like? No, only your wife gets sausage. Am I right, Layla? Yes, you are.
Right-wing, conservative, to name but a few. Even Red Pill MMA made a video on the tweet. Shout out Osama bin Guru. Shout out Red Pill MMA. I've eating your fucking snotch now with the old fucking potatoes now. I tell you, Sean. Shout out Sean C in the fucking chat bio. Sorry.
A shout out to Guru the Musical, posted this, sent it over to me. As you can see, 1 million views. He says in his tweet, Layla uploaded Ian Garry crying in her Insta. Every single thing they post is a PR disaster. Her conniving smile, checking to see if the camera is still rolling. Hashtag Ian Garry, hashtag wag, right? Cool. I don't know what they are thinking with this video. I really have no idea what they were thinking.
I don't feel like there's any harm in making a video discussing something that people make public for all to see. Even all the people criticising me, I feel they're totally welcome to say it. I wouldn't ever want that to change. Offence is taken, not given. All you need to do is make the choice to not take the offence in the fucking first place, I say. There's enough weight on humanity as it is already. We're all fucking screwed. Might as well have some fun making some light observations along the way. So, Ariel, if you're listening to this right now, back in the sewers we go with you, bio, I tell you. Thanks for watching. Check out my other content. It's probably not for you. Like and subscribe. And a baby boo boo. Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Wow.